Welcome to the Alchemy of Ancient Emotions, where feelings find their voice. I'm Gemma Marr, your guide and emotional translator. Each week, an emotion will tell its story, and through guided meditation and reflection, you'll gain perspective and learn how to express your emotions in a healthy, empowered way. Long before humans could name emotion, grief was born from the same fire that forged love. When the first soul loved another so completely that separation became unbearable, grief appeared, not as punishment, but as a sacred witness. She wandered the world with quiet steps, collecting the echoes of what had been cherished. Every tear she gathered became a reminder. You once loved deeply enough to feel this much. Grief is the keeper of connection, the invisible bridge between what was and what still lives within you. She holds the memory of every tenderness, every laugh that once filled a room, every hand that once reached for yours. When she visits, she doesn't come to destroy, but to remind. She kneels beside what has ended and whispers, "Love is still here, just wearing a different face." Yet humans often turn away from her, rushing to move on, numbing the ache, fearing that letting go means forgetting. But grief is not the enemy of healing. She is the healing. When you resist her, she becomes heavy and sharp. When you welcome her, she becomes soft, an ancestral melody that carries you back to love's source. Grief doesn't demand that you stop hurting. She only asks that you stop abandoning the parts of you that still remember. Close your eyes and take a slow, deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Feel the rise and fall of your chest, the rhythm of life still moving through you. Imagine yourself standing in a vast twilight field. The air is cool and everything around you glows faintly with silver light. In the distance, you see a figure draped in flowing gray, gentle, steady, ancient. This is grief. She doesn't rush toward you. She waits, allowing you to decide how close you want to be. When you're ready, step toward her. Notice her face, kind, weathered, patient. She carries no judgment, only remembrance. Place your hand over your heart and whisper to her, "I am ready to listen." Feel her reach toward you, not to take anything away, but to lay her hand softly over yours. In that moment, you might feel warmth or tears or silence. Whatever comes is sacred. Let her show you the memories she keeps, the faces, the places, the parts of yourself that still ache to be honored. Breathe into them. Let your sorrow become a river that washes through you, not one that drowns you. When you're ready, thank her, not for leaving, but for staying long enough to help you remember what mattered. Take one final deep breath and return to the present moment, lighter, not because grief is gone, but because she has been seen. Grief isn't something to get over, it's something to get through. It's the alchemy of transforming what's gone into what still gives meaning. When we suppress grief, we sever the thread that ties love to memory. We start to believe that numbness equals strength, that silence equals healing. But integration begins when we realize that grief is not asking us to return what was. She is asking us to carry it differently. Integration means making space for both absence and appreciation to coexist. You don't have to rush to release what you've lost. Instead, let it become a quiet companion. The goal isn't detachment, it's transformation. When grief arises, pause and ask, what is this emotion trying to remind me of? What beauty or love is it protecting from being forgotten? You'll find that grief's real gift is connection, not just to who or what you've lost, but to the tenderness still alive in you. Every wave of sadness is an opportunity to remember that love never truly leaves, it only changes form. To integrate grief is to let remembrance replace resistance, to let tears become sacred offerings that say, I once loved, and I still do, just differently now. I'd like to leave you with some journaling prompts. These prompts will be in the show notes if you want to take a screenshot or jot them down. Revisit them when you have time to be alone and focus. The first prompt is, where in my life am I still resisting grief's presence? What part of me believes that letting go means forgetting, and how could I reframe that as an act of remembrance? And the second one is, what has grief taught me about the depth of my love? How can I honor what I've lost by embodying the qualities that connection once gave me? All right. Thank you so much for tuning in this week. Check it out next week when we learn what shame has to teach us about ourselves. The emotional voice is endless, and there are many stories to tell. If this episode of The Alchemy of Ancient Emotions resonated with you, follow the show. The path to personal power is paved with the powerful voices of emotion.